Previously on Birdie Adventures. Come on guys, there's no need to mount the pavement when it's such a quiet morning like this. A place of physical healing, a place of spiritual healing. It's certainly all here in Uganda. Looking for a gold watch this morning? Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. Yeah, tastes nice. Well, good morning and welcome back once again to part 2 of the In Search of a Rolex. And as you can see, we found the Rolex and we ate the Rolex. And if you haven't seen part 1 yet, then I encourage you to go back and have a look on my YouTube page and check that one out. The time is a little after 9 o'clock. The sun is shining brightly now and I'm heading back home, but before I get there, of course, there's plenty to see on these Uganda roads and through the Ugandan towns. And for those of you unfamiliar with the Ugandan terminology, a boda is a taxi motorcycle, a matatu a small minibus, and matoke, those green bananas which are a staple here in Uganda. A new idea for my videos for 2026 is that I want to give a shout out either to a YouTube channel or to say thanks for somebody giving me a shout out. So here's my first one. And this is a way of saying thanks to Dicky Mint Cycles back in UK. We've almost become good friends on YouTube, and I want to say thank you to him for giving me a shout out on his channel last year. And within about 1 week my numbers had doubled. And I know I'm a very small channel, but of course every subscriber is welcome here. So thanks Dicky Mint, and I hope you get a few more subscribers to your channel too. As there are plenty of bodas here in Uganda, you wouldn't be surprised to know that there are also plenty of roadside motorbike repair shops, and they can be identified easily by the owners who hang the new motorbike tyres in their silver foil on poles near the roadside. Look out for them. So if I'm out on the road at any time and I have a small problem, I would have no hesitation on calling in on these guys. For example, if I had a slow puncture or something like that, they would easily be able to repair that and slip them 10,000 shillings, which is about £2, and job done. So the distance from Kalagi, where I bought the Rolex, to Mukono, and you can see Mukono Hill in the distance, is about 20 kilometers and takes about half an hour. Mukono is kind of a dormitory town for Kampala, but also I would call it the gateway to the east. As you come out from Kampala through Mukono, you then head towards Jinja, and past Jinja then you're heading towards Kenya and the east coast. And although there's a Sunday market along this stretch of road, most of the matatus and bodas are waiting for people to come out of church, which makes it very congested. So the junction with Jinja Road is just coming up ahead, and if you turn left you'll head towards Jinja. I'm going to make a right now, back into town, back into Kampala, and the road's not looking too bad, so I'm going to take my chance at the junction and head round the corner. But oh, hang on! Good job that policeman shouted at her to stop then. That could have been interesting. You just never know who's going to jump out in front of you, who's going to pull out in front of you, who's going to turn in front of you. These roads are challenging. I don't know whether it's my mindset or just those extra few cc's on my motorbike, but I do like to get myself out of a situation as soon as I can. Oh, by the way, here's a guy carrying matoke. And he's just about to demonstrate how dangerous it is riding on the inside of a car here in Uganda. Good job he wasn't pushed into that deep culvert. That wouldn't have ended well. So I enjoy solo riding. I'm not a fan of 2-up, but here we have 5-up on a motorbike. And the Boda guy is sitting on the tank. How he changes gear and brakes, I have no idea. 3-up is quite common here in Uganda if you're not particularly big. But I do remember a Boda guy refusing to take me once because of my size. His front wheel kept coming off the road up into the air. Let's just say my weight on the back was causing a little bit of an imbalance. Time to hold back a little bit here. What this guy is pumping out is not good for your lungs. I have suddenly remembered camera batteries. I've got so used to one-way filming where I go outwards and only film the outward journey, I always forget to change the batteries for the return journey. So I find this school entrance and I pop in and do the necessary. Check out my action camera safety feature, that little clip-on cord which stops the camera from falling on the ground. I do find changing the batteries a little bit fiddly. I've got fingers like sausages, so pulling the battery out is a little tricky. I bought extra batteries for the cameras from Amazon last year when I bought the camera. The extra batteries are, however, a third-party company. On the outside they prove to be more powerful, but I've noticed there is a little bit more heat comes off the camera with these batteries, so I don't tend to use these batteries as a priority. I use the DJI ones first and then put these in just as a spare for the final part of the journey. Anyway, returning the camera back on, and I do the same with the helmet camera, and we're back on the road again. Here's something you see more in India, but they've become more popular in Africa over the last few years. And I heard it before I saw it, and of course it's the tuk-tuk. And for a small 4-seater people carrier with its tiny wheels, he's got a little bit of poke there, and he's quite cheeky through the traffic. But eventually I catch up with him, and unlike my motorbike, he doesn't quite have the same versatility of getting through the traffic as I do. So this section of the road between Makono, going through Namamvi through to the start of the northern bypass is about 12 kilometers, but you can never say how long it will take depending on the traffic, of course. There are hills here, and you'll see that the lorries really slow down on the hills, and you have to get past those to get back onto the open sections of the road again. But it's a great road, and enjoyable on a Sunday morning just to weave your way through the traffic. So I'm going to conduct a little bit of an experiment now. I love making the YouTube videos. I found that using the mic mini in my helmet doesn't work because of the frequency of the engine and the noise around, so I tend to do voiceovers. But also as well, the music which we can use on YouTube, which is royalty free, we can have a little bit of fun with that. And although the traffic here can be a little bit stressful at times, I'm going to conduct an experiment by using two types of music. One to relax you, and one to get your heartbeat racing a little. Let me know in the comments if you think that the effect of the music has on the traffic. I think you can be relaxed, even in busy traffic. Anyway, we're heading towards Mandela Stadium and the start of the Northern Bypass. We're going to go straight into the centre of Kampala again. But this time, let's up the volume and have a little bit of rock and roll as we go back into town. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I had a bit of fun watching that back then. I don't think I could be a person that could listen to rock and roll music while I'm riding my motorbike. I think it would make my riding a little bit too aggressive. But anyway, we're coming back now to the junction of the Ginger Road, where we cross the railway line. The guys here are going to use the path again, I know. The traffic is getting a little bit busier now. I really don't think I could do this. But anyway, it's up to them. I'm just going to go around the corner and I'm going to end the video now. So please don't forget to check out Dickie Mint Cycles. I'm shouting him out this morning to say thank you for his support for my channel. If you've enjoyed watching my bimble out this morning to get a Rolex, then please press the like button. and if you don't subscribe at the moment, of course, you are more than welcome. My name is Brass Birdie, this has been Brass Birdie Adventures, and I'm a Brit, living in Uganda. Thanks for watching.